Hi, guys. Welcome to Safe Haven Sanctuary. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Samantha, and I will be your host today. Thank you for being on my channel. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. But let's get right into it. So, let's talk about how to hold space for our partners when they are sharing vulnerable emotions. So, the reason I wanted to talk about this topic is because I see this so much in the people that I serve and just the people in general. Like, I'm a very observant person, and every person that I interact with, that's actually the number one thing that I tune into is how do they handle emotions? How are they open with emotions? How do they speak about it? Is there open communication? La da da da. So I thought it would be very important because I think a lot of people are unsure on how to deal with emotions, and I think it's such an important thing to have this skill and just nurture it, because that is the only way that you're going to create fulfilling and loving relationships that are going to last, that you're going to feel genuinely happy with. So, the first thing is when we are creating a space for our partner to share their vulnerable emotions, it's really important to just listen to what they're saying and not just like listen, blind mindedly, really to actively listen to them, the words that they're saying. And when you're listening, paying attention, this is the second one, is paying attention to their body language and their facial expressions. Notice, a lot of the times when we're talking about our trauma, or if we're talking about something that has happened to us that was very unpleasant, a lot of us can really like shrink down small, or and we can like, our shoulders can get droopy, or we might just get really small, because what happens is we're actually mimicking and replaying the moment again, right? And so you can be a space holder by listening, by allowing them to feel what they're feeling. Okay. And the most important thing, okay, while you're paying attention to their facial expression and their body language, is also just being non judgmental. Be aware of your facial expression and your body language. Are you sitting upright and like open hearted? Or are your hands crossed? Because that says a lot about what we're willing to receive subconsciously. Okay, so if you fully want to receive your partner, really be aware of that. And it might take some time to get used to, but once you keep practicing your awareness of your body language and your facial expressions, it's going to become something that's natural for you. Okay? And I know this because I am a clinical counselor. I have been giving therapy for about 10 plus years, and that's a skill that I had to work on because I need my clients to feel safe. And it's not like a false safety either, it's a natural thing that happens. And it's okay to practice these skills and want to get better at these things in order to support our partners. Okay. So we have active listening. Okay, then we have mindful of body language and facial expression on your partner and on yourself. Okay. And the third thing is having a dialogue with your partner after they're done talking. And how to have this dialogue is by actually just even asking them, like, what do you need right now in this moment? Do you need me to just listen? Okay, do you need validation? Do you need me to respond to it? Do you want advice? Okay, if they haven't made that clear to you yet, it's okay to ask that. And the reason I say that it's okay to ask that is because a lot of the times we can expect our partner to just magically know what we need from them. And a lot of the times that's not the case. Okay. So it's okay to ask for what you need. Okay. The next thing is honoring your partner's feelings. Okay. If you find that you are not in agreement with how they're responding to a situation, there is a way to go about that. Okay. But if they're sharing something vulnerable with you, like a trauma, it's really important that they feel safe. I cannot stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough because I've had multiple occasions with clients, with myself too, where I've shared with a partner some of the trauma that I've been through and it was just dismissed, or I was re-victimized. And when I say re-victimized, the blame was put on me, right? And we don't want our partners to feel blame for something that was not their fault. Okay. But if you are seeing patterns that are happening and you want to sort of outline that to your partner of like, hey, like I notice that you're showing up in this way in some of these relationships, are you like, do you see that? That would be a really good way to address a pattern that you're seeing. And then you guys can both talk about it together on how we can break those cycles, right? Like this gets to be a collaborative thing. It gets to be collaborative. It gets to be healthy. It gets to, it just gets to be easy in a sense. I'm not saying everything is easy, but there's a way to make things easier. Yelling, being passive aggressive, dismissive, repressing emotions, that doesn't make things easier. It makes things a lot harder. So, yes. Okay, so these are a few tips for how to hold space and vulnerability for your partner. If you want to learn more about relationships, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I not only am specialized in relationships, I specialize in self worth, self love, and just bettering your life. Like I have been on this journey for years and years and years, and I have transformed my life completely. Looks so different than it did like 5 years ago. Um, and I'm going to continue on this journey. So come along if you're interested on receiving one-on-one support. You can also send me a DM on my Instagram, and I would love to support you. I would love to support you. If that's not in, your scope, that's okay too, because I have so many other offerings like my Unleashing Your Unshakable Inner Confidence course that you can purchase. It's also in the link in my bio on my Instagram, but I'm also going to leave it in the show notes here. And I offer, this is one of my most beautiful offerings as well, is inner child healing sessions. Everything's on my Instagram. Head on over to my Instagram and just check it out. And if my work resonates with you, well, then I can't wait to work with you. So have the most beautiful day, the most beautiful night. I am sending you deep love. Don't forget to like and subscribe if these tips have helped you in some way. And I just love you. Thank you for being here. You are worthy, you're honored. And I just want you to know that. Bye. Okay.